What's up, champs? It's the one and only Crown C, aka Crown Cobain. Welcome to my YouTube page, The Fit Frame. If this is your first time on my page, please subscribe. I appreciate you, champ. This video right here, really quickly, is for Anderson. That's the only name that I got on that email, Anderson. Anderson, what's up, champ? I wish you would have given me some more information. I like to shout people out. Shout out their city, shout out where they're from. But thank you for emailing me. I was just on my computer just a second ago, and he asked me a question. And it's a common question that I've gotten. I don't think I've made any YouTube videos on this, and I will make a better YouTube video in the future, something a little more in depth. But since I'm doing some work right now, I wanted to make this video really quickly and post it for you guys. He asked about belly fat. How to lose belly fat? What's the fastest way to lose belly fat? Now, there's different methods, different ways of losing belly fat. The main thing, my man, is gonna be your diet. You gotta watch that diet. You gotta be careful with how you eat. Calories in, calories out. What you eat, right? Let's say if you eat a certain amount of calories, you gotta be damn sure that you're burning just as much calories. Because that's the problem. A lot of times people tend to not work out. It's really simple. You have to move. Move, eat less, and move. It sounds simple, and some people say, yeah, I've done it so many times. And in reality, it's just pure laziness, and they don't really do it. They give it like a month and say, I didn't lose any weight, and then they just give up. So you gotta keep this in mind, right? If you're gonna eat yourself a whole bunch of carbs throughout the day, right? And you go to the gym to work out and you're lifting weights, and that's all you're really doing is lifting weights. Mind you, lifting weights, you can burn a lot of calories doing that as well, but it depends on your body type. Now, I'm assuming that you're a bigger guy because with the email that you wrote, you got a little deep in there, but you have to watch the way you eat, man, and your calorie deficit has to be different. You have to burn more calories. You have to do something more intense, a little more intense. Intensity. Tone Cut Go, that's part of the Fit Frame, a subscription-based part of the Fit Frame. That's what it's all about. It's about intensity. It's about making sure that we lose these calories. It's about toning up. It's about losing fat. I'm not necessarily concerned about losing weight. It's more or less about the fat. If you can lose the fat, then your ass will lose the weight for sure. Fasted cardio is something that I like to preach. I like to talk about fasted cardio because when you do fasted cardio, meaning that you do your cardiovascular before you eat any breakfast in the morning, you just go straight out to the gym, you run, you burn as much calories as possible, and then you consume some meals after that. And when I do the fasted cardio also, I make sure that I'm doing some HIIT training. It depends on the goal. Some people say HIIT training doesn't work. Some people say regular cardio doesn't work. It depends on what your goals are and what you're after and what you're trying to do. I personally like doing HIIT training. A lot of my clients that I work with, I have them do HIIT training, fasted cardio. So I believe in doing that as well. You have to revolve your meals around your day, depending on what your day is like, what your work schedule is like. When you're working out, when you're exercising, when you're going to sleep, that's how you have to revolve your meals. I personally like to preach to tell people to cook their own meals. The thing is, when you go out and you eat, you don't know exactly what they're putting in your food. You don't know how they're making it. You don't know what the macros are. But if you're making your own meals, which in Tone Cut Go, you're gonna have a whole bunch of meals on there, a bunch of different recipes. You'll have macros, so you can see all that kind of stuff. So delicate, it's very delicate the way you eat. Low carb diets work sometimes. The only bad thing about low carb diets, you mentioned low carb diets, you get on a low carb diet, right? I had done this before, right? And I lost a lot of muscle. At one point, I was about the highest I've ever been. I think it was 200, and then I dropped all the way down to I think it was 165. I was doing it for a photo shoot, for like this whole modeling thing I was doing. But I went on a low carb diet, so I lost a lot of muscle. I don't agree too much with low carb diets unless you're like getting ready for a physique show or you're doing something different. Even then, they're really doing carb cycling, carb cycling is what I really like. You have to cycle your carbs depending on your day, depending on your lifestyle. So it revolves around that. So for instance, if it's gonna be a leg day, I'm gonna make sure I consume a lot of carbohydrates, and I'm gonna make sure that I consume the bulk of my carbohydrates an hour and a half before I go to the gym and I get these legs done. You know what I'm saying? It's big muscles. If you're doing biceps and triceps and that's all you're doing, your arms, then you're not gonna need that many carbohydrates in your body, that many calories, but you're still gonna need a good amount of calories because you're working on building the muscle. So you're gonna need that energy. We use these carbs and these calories to build that muscle. Everything else, we take the vitamins, the nutrients from all the other meals. We spoke a little bit about fats. You have your good fats, you have your bad fats. Good fats fight the bad fats. Avocados, good fats. Almonds, good fats. Salmon, you got some good fats on there. Olive oil, you got some good fats on there. Grapeseed oil. What else am I missing? Omega-3s. You have a lot of options to get your good fats from. Where to get your good fats from, I'm sorry. So, you know, you want to stay away from trans fat. You want to do mono fat is really good for you. You don't want to do anything saturated. So it's all about balance. I'm gonna email you in a little bit also, and I'm gonna get a little in depth in this video. I wanted to make a quick video. Hopefully I covered some of the questions that you had over here. The point is though, if you want to lose some of that fat, you have to make sure that your exercising is gonna be intense. Now, it doesn't have to be necessarily cardio. It can be some backyard training shit where you're doing the battle rope or you're just flipping tires. You could be dancing, you could do boxing. I love boxing. Boxing, you could burn a lot of calories as long as you're going hard. If you are on a treadmill or on a Stepmaster, if you're doing any of these exercises and you get off this thing like, oh man, that was good. You know, you're sweating. You could be someone who sweat profusely. But if you're not coming out that bitch like, oh, wow, then yo, you're playing yourself. You're playing yourself. Go hard. Go hard or go home. Don't talk shit. Just do it. Be a doer. Don't be a talker, champ. That's my advice for you. Go hard in that fucking gym. Stop bullshitting. Don't say I went to work out to the gym and you did some bicep, triceps, and you did a little something, and that was it. Nah, man, go in there, go hard, come the fuck out that bitch with your sweat, with your shirt drenched. I don't sweat that much, so my shirt doesn't get drenched. But when I work out and the shirt just sticking to me, I know I went hard. I come off that treadmill, whatever I'm doing, any intense ass exercise that I'm doing, I come off that thing and I'm just like, woo! And everybody's just looking at me crazy. I don't give a shit. I got some good music in my ear, some motivating shit, and that's all I need. Speaking about motivating shit, I have a question for you guys before I go. I'm thinking about doing some audios with some good music on the background, some motivating ass audio with my voice, of course. Let me know what you think. If you're someone who's been following me forever, you know about the whole music thing and everything, comment below. Let me know if you think it's a good idea, and I'll consider it and I'll put it on the website. Champs, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to this page and you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Please subscribe. I'll be posting more videos for you guys. Ask more questions, ask below, ask at train@thefitframe.com, Snapchat, Facebook. My handle is @thefitframe. I'll post it somewhere on this video. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I've answered your question, Anderson. Anybody else, you have some questions, ask. I will make a more in-depth video on this or any videos that I make in the future. But for now, hopefully this will do for you. All right, champ, thank you so much. Picture the goals, frame the results, stay fit, out live. Peace.